Hey everybody. So this is my revised speech for our presentation here. And I want to start off with asking a quick question here. Have you ever wondered what your family was like 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 10 years ago? We have to think about what were they doing? How was their life like? What were their hobbies, interests, and favorite pastimes? We would need to understand what they were doing, because that allows us to know how we are and what we can become. And that's something that's really unique with journaling. And that information is extremely vital, because that can provide for you an opportunity to not only see what the world was like yesterday, but also understand what you can do as a person. And that is a fundamental key to identity for us. And we will look at one aspect of keeping a journal that is positive and very helpful. And that's going to stem from why keeping a daily journal could change your life. That's Benjamin Hardy from the Observer newscast. He stated that. And he goes to further explain that journaling optimizes your creative potential. He says most people live their lives on other people's terms. Their days are spent achieving other people's goals and submitting to other people's agendas. Their lives have not been consciously or organized in such a way that they command every waking and sleeping moment of their life. Instead, they relentlessly react at each chance they get. And it's something that's really unique, because I've seen that people do tend to react to what's around them. They do not seem to be participative or proactive in their decisions. And that can be kind of bad, because if they are not able to be proactive in their environment, how else can they understand how to be helpful? And their ability to develop and learn is not going to be optimized or fully utilized. And that kind of comes into our social media networking. Many people open their Facebook and just look at what people are saying, either about them or about other things. And that's really bad, because that cuts into our ability to really think about ourselves and to focus on us as individuals to perfect ourselves. So addiction is fascinating about this, because when we're attracted to other people's opinions about us, we forget about what we can really do to perfect ourselves by our own choosing, not by the choosing of others. So not only does keeping a daily journal help us to focus on building ourselves and our own agendas and goals, but also gets us to see how we have developed. From the Huffington Post, I found an article that lists 10 benefits of keeping a daily journal. There are 3 that I want to focus on. The first is that daily journal improves your communication skills. This is very, very important. This is very true in my opinion, because when we're communicating with ourselves, we're recording something that's going on with our own language and our own language skills. Therefore, we're practicing and applying it and hopefully making it better and more intuitive. The second thing is that it strengthens our self-discipline. When you sit down there and you're like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I need to do for myself, that's self-discipline. You're doing it for yourself. And that's important, because that's how you're going to become a stronger individual. Motivating yourself to do something good or something bad, depending on society's opinion, you will then be able to be constructive. And the next thing that I found was unique and interesting, and something I'm still waiting for to happen, is that it increases your IQ. I'm still waiting for my brain to turn into Einstein based upon this fact, but I'm just going to keep going along and see what happens. These three principles I chose because they sparked my curiosity and they were familiar to me. Over the years, my personal journaling habits have been edified and strengthened by my desire to record. My self-discipline has increased, my communication skills have developed, and like I said earlier, I'm still waiting for my mind to be on the IQ level of Einstein. Another source that I really enjoyed and appreciate was from the church. In LDS.org, I found some information about how God has spoken through his modern prophets for the youth, giving ideas on how to journal and how to record for ourselves. Throughout all of the biblical and Book of Mormon records, we see evidence of the commandment of God saying that you have to record something. You have to write down what you want your your children to know, so that they do not become all discombobulated and waver from the truth. And that's essential, because we're creating a record so that people in front of us are going to know what's going on, and they know what they need to do for themselves. They can look back on your life and see how you apply the principles that they're learning right now. That way they can better themselves than what you are. That's essential. That's an essential thing to remember. Keep that as a reason for yourself to journal and record. That's a reason that I record, because if I don't, then how are my children and grandchildren going to know who I was? How are they going to know I had struggles personally? And I'm very open with my journaling. I express a lot of personal feeling. Therefore, I really encourage and implore you to start recording now. Doing this is easy. It's easy as starting by writing 1 or 2 paragraphs a day. Or you could do a video journal where you say a couple things here and there, and then you're done. Starting small is what's going to help you to accomplish the larger goal at hand. And that is a wonderful thing to happen in life. Start by small things, and the big things will come to pass. Have a wonderful day.